Hey, I'm probably a little late on this, but I thought I'd talk about my favorite Justice League action figures since the movie came out, like a month ago or something. Oh well. First off, I have the Total Justice line, which was kind of like a Batman line, but what was cool about it was it introduced a bunch of different Justice League characters, and that for me was actually the first time I ever got characters like Aquaman or Martian Manhunter or Green Lantern. Now, the most interesting one in that line was the Superman figure, because on that label it actually says that he has a kryptonite laser, which is kind of weird that he would have a laser of his own weakness. But what it is, it absorbed kryptonite energy and then it would fire back the radiation at his enemies, which is kind of a little confusing for a toy, but oh well. I also have Superman's blue form in this figure, and you can notice that a lot of the figures have the same molding, like the same hand poses and stuff and body shape. And the main fun thing about that is that you can have blue Superman with the regular S-shield and cape. Yay! Next up, I have my favorite version of the Justice League International, or sometimes just called Justice League. Now, these are actually figures from different lines, but I just like to put them all together in a set. Like these two characters, Fire and Ice, they're both from Mattel. And then Booster Gold is from DC Direct, which is DC's own kind of in-house action figure line thing. Blue Beetle is also from DC Direct, but that's from a Justice League International line. If you look closely, what's cool about it is they use kind of the same style that the penciler Kevin Maguire drew in it, and that's kind of neat. Unfortunately, I don't own any Cyborg figures, so I decided to talk about Green Lantern figures. These are Alan Scott and John Stewart. They're both early DC Direct, so they don't have the most variety in posing, but they are still pretty cool, because I don't really see too many John Stewart figures, and I don't see too many Alan Scott either, but I just really like Alan Scott's ridiculous outfit, because it's fun. For a little something different, I have the Flash. Now, this isn't the original traditional Flash, this is actually Earth 2 Flash, which is based off of the Golden Age Flash, and I just really like kind of how this is more of like a streamlined version of the original Flash in the 40s. Kind of has a more modern looking helmet. I just really like the details in certain areas, like in the boots and the shiny red paint. Now it's time for the hero who doesn't get enough love, Aquaman. Now this Aquaman is part of the New 52 line. What I kind of like about it is it's kind of mixed between the traditional Aquaman and kind of more like savagey Aquaman. I also kind of like the chain. And with Aquaman, I have his wife, or future wife, or whatever you want to call it, Mira. Now this Mira is also from DC Direct, and so is Aquaman. But what's cool about Mira is that she's from the DC Comics Bombshells line, which kind of just reimagines the female characters as 1940s pinup characters. Next off, I have Wonder Woman. The first one is from DC Comic Collectibles. I think I forgot to mention that DC Direct later became DC Comic Collectibles. And here's the Earth 2 Wonder Woman, kind of similar to the Flash. I really like the sword and skirt look, so when the movie came out, I got the movie version too. Now the movie one is actually made by Mattel, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I like the quality, and it has shiny paint. Now it's time for Batfleck. I actually like Batfleck. He's pretty cool. So that's why I got the one that actually has his face on it. The Batfleck Ben Affleck face. Why would someone want a Ben Affleck face Batman? I don't know. I did. And to round it off, here's Superman. I just wanted to show off this figure because this is based on my favorite penciler, Ed McGuinness. And it has more shiny paint. I also made a Superman Knight of the Slice, where I just put together a bunch of different Knights of the Slice figures into a Superman night. And if you want to know more about Knights of the Slice, I have a bunch of videos on that on my channel. And to end it, here's Jimmy Olsen in a tree. Bye.